Hello Capricorn, I'm Tamara and I'm going to do your reading for March 2018. It's a general reading and this reading is for Capricorn Sun, Capricorn's Moon and Capricorn Rising sign. I hope it resonates with you. If it doesn't, please watch your Moon sign or your Rising sign. For this reading I'm using Rider-Waite Tarot deck and I'm going to draw an additional cards from the Wild Unknown deck by Kim Krantz. This one. And I'm going to do Celtic Cross today. What else I wanted to tell you? Oh, I wanted to say thank you to all my subscribers for all your likes or your comments or your messages. If you would like to have a private reading with me, you can book me. All the information is underneath this video in the description box. You can find me on Instango, which is mobile phone application, or just drop me an email at tamara.tarot30@yahoo.com. Right, let's go ahead and see what we have for you, dear Capricorn. I'm going to draw 10 cards. And the card underneath this deck, we have Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups talks about lots of choices. It's sometimes quite nice to have a lot of choices. The only warning sign behind this card is be careful what you're choosing. It's also a card of dreams. It's also a card of dreaming about a lot of things and opportunities. And we'll see how it's actually plays in this this spread. I'll keep it up so that I know see it. At the heart of the reading we have a death card for you, which is crossed by the by Nine of Swords. Straight away I was saying sleepless nights. Yeah, she looks like she has got the sleepless nights. It's a Knight of Swords. At the base of your reading we have a Three of Pentacles. In your recent past we have Queen of Cups. And just move a little bit so you can see. Yeah, like this. What crowns your reading is the Queen of Wands. And in your future we have Ten of Cups. Fantastic. You yourself, as your ego, we see a Six of Cups. In your environment we have Ten of Pentacles. Hopes and fears we have Three of Wands, and the outcome is Two of Swords. The first card which I see for you is the transformation. Death is talking about something, some period of your life is over, finished, died, and now you're transforming and starting a new cycle in your life. Death card is not always negative. It's, you know, the reason why I'm a little bit sort of taking a pause, because this card is crossed by the Nine of Swords, and this obviously the picture tells about itself. It's about, you know, being upset, having anxiety, worries, crying, as I said earlier, having a sleepless night. Normally I say, normally the card of death is actually very positive, but having it in combination with the Nine of Swords, it actually could be I don't want to say that, but it could be actual death of someone, and that's you being in a grieving process at the moment. It's not going to resonate with all Virgos, you know, not every single Virgo, you know, is watching it going through the grieving process of someone who is passed away, but that is the way I see this combination. But because these two cards, you know, the cards are negative, but I believe that this person who passed away, it was unavoidable. The death was unavoidable because maybe this person was old or ill for a long time, and it's you're going through the grief process, but you know, it was a natural process. You know, some people get old and, you know, it's time for, you know, us, older people, you know, go away and free the space for the younger generation. The reason I am saying that everything which surrounds these two cards is very positive. So you are in a grieving process of someone who passed away, but it probably was a natural process of someone, you know, to go. Or is it you? That's another probably option. You actually transforming from this being upset, crying about something, leaving that period as a, you know, this period died for you. Transforming and starting new, starting completely from the new blank page, dear Capricorn. So there could be two versions about it, but everything around those two cards is very positive. And if there was actual death, then it was natural causes, which, you know, either someone was ill for a long time, and how much sad you are about it, it's probably, you know, for the best. It's the death probably relieve them from their suffering, or it is someone who's been old and it's, you know, time for them to free this space and go up to the heavens, and maybe from there look down at you and protect you and care about you. So yeah, that's it at the heart of your reading, dear Capricorn. At the base of your reading, we have a three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles is a card of apprentice. It's, you know, either learning something, either being like a scholar, maybe studying something, maybe working as a team with a couple of other people. But it's also, if you notice, I described the card very briefly because you probably heard it a million times, but it's when you do the job, doing it really well, and someone comes around and inspect it. It could be maybe in your workplace that you're doing really well, but from time to time your manager comes around and looks at your work, and actually not from the negative point of view, they're looking at your work because the way you do it really well. And maybe as a team, three of them, maybe there's another members of your team, and you do this job really well, and he comes with someone else and they just inspecting you or looking at you, and there's nothing they can find. They can't find any faults in you. So that's sort of that what is the basis. It's either like, you know, you working really well as a team, maybe as a team leader or whatever, or with as a team of a group of people, either working or whatever situation is, you are within the team of group of people, and you two, you know, like doing really well together. I don't want to say work all the time. I know it's a work business related reading, and you know, I already published the love reading, so if you're interested, go back you know, at my playlist and have a look. But I think it's more about work over here. In your recent past, we see a Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is someone who is very soft. It could be a sign of Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, but it's not really, it doesn't really matter as far. I think it's just a person who is very soft, who is very emotional. She is very caring. She's also very intuitive at the same time, very mother figure. You know, someone who is ready to listen. When you've got something to say, she is there to listen. She might not be coming with some solutions for you or decisions or anything, but she's there to listen, and sometimes it's so important. And yeah, it's very, very, very nice and warm person, and care to say maybe that is because she's in your recent past, and they're all in a row. Could it be that it's your mother who is passed away, or one of your relatives who passed away recently, someone you cared a lot, and someone who cared about you a lot? But they've done a lot for you because, you know, as I said, it's obviously been a natural cause of death, going, you know, natural way, because the rest of the cards is very, very good for you. What crowns the reading? At the head of the reading, I see the Queen of Wands. Sorry, guys, tired. Sorry. Queen of Wands is is a fire sign. It could be, as I said, it's not always Leo, Aries or Sagittarius, or someone who is having that sort of qualities, being fiery, being passionate, being very creative. But I always see this Queen of Wands as someone who also likes dressing up, putting makeup, having her hair done, but she's also very creative, she's very artistic. So if she's also very entrepreneurial, so she can earn money out of this sort of talents she's got. So if she is good with makeup, she could be makeup artist. Maybe she's a hairdresser because she's good, she's very creative with the hair styles, or something to do with the fashion designer, or even just working in a shop where they sell, because she can actually persuade the customers to buy certain things because she knows how to put that scarf around you, or how to wrap around that dress and everything else. So that's sort of a person who crowns this reading for you, dear Capricorn. And in your near future, we see Ten of Cups is the card, obviously, that you will pass that natural process of grieving. And you will take, we need to take as long as it takes to go through this process. And after that process, you come to the period in the near future of happiness. You will come out of this, anxiety, worry, sleepless nights time. It will be dead. Finished, and you come into the happiness. Ten of Cups is the card of ultimate happiness. Cups talks about water, emotions, positive emotions. Every single cup on this picture is full of love, full of affection. Every cup's full of water, full of positive emotions over there. Family, which is underneath this rainbow of cups, is very happy. They're holding each other. Children is around. It's happiness in home, in your environment. Even if you don't have a family, you are happy where you are, and you are happy who you are. It's a very positive card. Can't be any better. And that's why when I saw that card, when I saw the card of Ten of Pentacles, seeing the Six of Cups, that's why I decided that even though this could be the death, actual death, physical death, then you will get out of this period. It's probably been not a shock for you. You're probably grieving, crying for this person, but it's natural process, and you will overcome this, and you come out on another end very happy. Your ego, you yourself, is Six of Cups. I love this card. Some people find it doesn't really tell them much, but I find it tells a lot. I see that every single cup, again, emotions, is full of flowers. How more positive this card could be. It means that you are very positive at the moment, dear Capricorn. Again, we see children there playing, could be children involved, and you're very happy in your, with your family. The card talks about reminiscing about some good times, maybe thinking about you. It's not always people coming from the past, or it's like thinking about good times. Normally when someone passed away, we only remember good times with this person. We never think about their bad times. Also, lots of people from the past attending the funerals or, reception afterwards. People you haven't seen for a long time. Sometimes people you haven't heard from a long time. And yes, reminiscing is a natural process, when someone passed away and we talk about them, and that's the way. It's celebrating good memories of this person. If it's not concerning death, then it's could be that you just, as I said, you're just in a very positive frame of mind. When you think about the past, you're not keep thinking about bad things happen to you. You're actually only thinking about good things. And it also could be that someone from the past, very positive, came back. I also see that card sometimes as their apologies, or reconciliation. It's not always love relationship which can be reconciled. It's sometimes friends with whom we fall out, old relatives. That's again, I'm talking about the funeral and reception could be, or just, you know, someone from the past is appeared and brought you quite a lot of happy and positive emotions. In your environment, again, as I said, 2 tens, it can't be any better combination, dear Capricorn. That is emotional happiness, being happy with your family, with your friends. And here we have 10 of Cups, which is financial, which is security, financial security at home, being very financially secure. It could be inheritance. It's also having all your family around you. Everyone is benefiting from your financial security, from your, you know, being financially secure and happy. Because we see the older generation there, we see the younger generation, we even see their pets. So everyone is benefiting, and it's all one good, happy home and family on this picture. Everyone is happy. So that's what you have in your environment, dear Capricorn. In your hopes and fears, and I see it's more, I can read this card 2 ways. In the hopes, it tells me that you've done a lot of hard work recently. You worked really hard, and maybe that was because that 3 of Pentacles is talking about hard work as well. If you remember, we were talking about this card earlier on. And so you've done a lot of hard work, dear Capricorn. You send your ships into the water. And there's now time for you to stand there and wait for these ships to come back and bring you the goods, the results of your hard work. And I think that's what you're hoping, that the results are coming. I worked really hard. It's time for me now to gather that, you know, the benefits of my hard work, the results of my hard work. And that's what you're hoping. It also could be either fearing or hoping for travel by sea, maybe. Either hoping to travel abroad and, you know, across the waters, across the sea, or maybe fearing that you will have to go abroad and go overseas or something, maybe business, maybe, and maybe you just don't want to leave your happy environment, happy home. It might be a call from, you know, call from work or, you know, business or something like that, or dealing with some issues, whatever. So this could be 2 ways. You could be both, either happy or fearing this trip. And you will have to make a decision. If it wasn't your fears that you will have to go abroad and do, you know, across the waters, do something, you will have to make that decision. 2 of Swords is, first of all, see how she holds those swords. She's just trying to protect herself. She also wears the blindfold, and blindfold is the lack of knowledge. In order for her to make that decision, you know, she's holding 2 swords. So which way do I go? What shall I do? What shall I do? Swords is all about our mental state, the way we think, you know, thought process. And she's, for her to make that decision, she needs to take that blindfold, which represents knowledge. So she needs to get that knowledge. So that when we know, for example, if he wants to go abroad and he is fearing to go abroad, he needs to collect all that knowledge and make a decision, do I go or not? In order to make this decision, he needs to gather all possible information about this place, what he's going to do there, where he's going to stay, with whom he's going to work. When we have that clear picture, when we have that knowledge, then we can easily make a decision. Does it worth to go there or does it not? So that's what is actually possible outcome for the month of March for you, dear Capricorn. You will have to make that decision, and in order to make this, you will make this decision. You just need to gather that knowledge, and sort of then you will be able to move forward. Go ahead. Oh, something for off. She wants to talk to us. Let's see what it is. The card I've got is the Magician. That's a fantastic card. I'm going to put it here. And then we have Mother of Swords. It's a Queen of Swords. That's another clarity. Someone can help you to bring that clarity of mind. And let's get another card, last card for you. And we have a Father of Swords. Well, in order for you to make that decision, you just need to get a clarity. It could be actually something to do with legal, maybe legal issues. If it's concerns with the inheritance, maybe you need to go abroad somewhere in order to get that inheritance and sort out the documentation, sort out the paperwork and everything. And you are surrounded by the Queen and Queen and King of Swords. Both of them are, as I said, this could be a judge, this could be a solicitor. Sometimes it's also we can talk about psychologists. Maybe if you had that anxiety, you moved on, but it's reoccurring. Maybe you need to see a specialist with whom you can talk about it, who will help you to process that, grief, and sort of help you to sort out your mental state as well. But it's these people also, they're using their swords. We talk about swords a lot when we talk about this. They can help you to get that clarity if there's anything hidden, to get that truth in order for you to make that decision. And both of these cards bring clarity and, clarity of mind. The Magician card is another. I love this card. It's number 1. After 0, there is a 1. 1 is a new beginning, new start. You remember we talked about death, when, death is when some period is died, and a new start. When we start with number 1. Magician is, as a magician, you've got all the tools under your hand to manifest whatever you want. If you want to manifest prosperity, you've got pentacles. If you want to manifest love and affection, you've got cups, which is the representing of emotions. You've got a sword as well to represent, to manifest your intellect. And the wands as well, which is creativity, passion, fire in you, creative energy. So you've got everything. So what's the card is telling you, dear Capricorn, but whatever you need in order to be successful, you have got everything. And it's just up to you to use all these tools and move forward. Particularly, you've got this sort of support, like net of these two people, or not just people, maybe it's, I don't know, it could be the solicitor's company, the whole company, which is there for you to help you to get the clarity, not one individual, or just a system sort of, which is helping to get justice and stuff like that. A very, very interesting reading for you, dear Capricorn. It started a little bit on a sort of, I would have called it negative, but, sad note, but I see that with the 2 tens, 10 of Pentacles and 10 of Cups, it's really fantastic. And with the Magician crowning all this, it's really good. Well, that's all I have for you for the month of March. If you would like me to elaborate or have a private reading for you, contact me. All the information is underneath this video. Otherwise, I'll see you next month, dear Capricorn, in April. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.